The world does not care for your limits. It only bows to those who exceed expectations. Weakness whispers for you to stop, but you were made to rise. Complacency is the enemy. Every second wasted is stolen from your potential. Pain is not your enemy. It is proof that you are growing. If you're still hesitating, still settling, still letting fear hold you back, then you're already losing. But if you're ready to embrace the war within, to wield suffering as a weapon, and to rise unshakable, then this is for you. Welcome to the fight, asterisk. The world doesn't pause to consider your limits. It doesn't care about your fears, your doubts, or the excuses you whisper to yourself in the dark. It only bows to those who shatter every expectation, those who push beyond the boundaries set by their own weakness. Weakness is a cunning enemy. It lives inside you, telling you to stop, to settle, to be content with less. But you were never made for comfort. You were made to rise, to shatter, to dominate. Complacency is a silent assassin, stealing every precious second of your potential while you linger in the illusion of safety. Every moment you waste is a moment ripped from your future greatness. Pain is not your enemy. It is the proof that you are breaking old chains, tearing down the fragile walls of your past self to build something stronger, something unbreakable. It is fire, forging you into a weapon. If you do not demand more from yourself, the world will demand it for you, and it will take everything. It will strip you bare and leave you with nothing but regret. The greatest battle you face is not against the world. It is against the weaker version of yourself, the one shackled by fear and doubt, hiding behind limits that exist only in your mind. Break those chains. Destroy the prison you built inside your own mind. If you want to rise, you must reject your limits. You must reject the voice that says enough, the voice that pleads for mercy and rest. Because the world does not care for your limits. It only bows to those who exceed every expectation, those who rise above the pain, the hesitation, the complacency, and the weakness that want to consume them. You are not weak. You are not limited. You are a storm waiting to explode. And the world will either bow to your power or watch you fade into nothingness. The choice is yours to outrise, or be forgotten. Your fiercest competition isn't out there in the world, it's inside you, in the relentless, unforgiving version of yourself that refuses to settle for anything less than absolute domination. Every choice you make, every moment you hesitate or move forward, is a vote cast for who you will become. While you rest, that version of you is grinding, training, evolving, rising through the fire of discipline and pain. While you hesitate, it sharpens its claws, preparing to tear through every excuse and limit you cling to. The greatest tragedy isn't failure, it's achieving goals so small, so beneath your true capability, that they chain you in a cage of mediocrity. Settling is the real defeat, a slow death of the soul that kills ambition and turns fire into ash. The only person who can ever outwork you is the one you refuse to face, the beast inside that never accepts comfort, never lowers its guard, never stops fighting. If you want to rise, you must embrace this war within. You must confront that relentless version of yourself, not as an enemy, but as the standard you must meet and surpass. This is a battlefield with no pause, no surrender. It is a war for your identity, your purpose, your very existence. Because the world isn't your enemy. Your fiercest competition is that untamed force inside you, the version of you that will never settle, never stop, and never give in. Rise to meet it, or fall beneath it. Fear feeds on hesitation. It grows fat and strong in the shadows of your doubt, whispering lies that keep you frozen, paralyzed, lost in the endless cycle of what-ifs. But the moment you move, even imperfectly, you starve that fear. Movement is the poison that breaks hesitation's grip. It turns what-if into what is. It carves your identity into the chaos, shaping you with every step forward, no matter how flawed or painful. Stagnation is a silent killer. It doesn't scream or shout, but it slowly drains the life from your dreams and ambitions. Standing still is death disguised as safety. Even the smallest, most imperfect steps toward your goal are better than surrendering to the paralysis of fear. Mastery, greatness, power, none of it comes to those who wait. It is seized only by those who move relentlessly, who fight through every doubt, every failure, every moment of weakness. Your identity isn't something you are born with. It is forged in the fires of suffering, struggle, and persistence. Every scar, every wound, every night spent battling the darkness is a hammer's strike shaping the steel of your soul. If you want to rise, you must take action. No more waiting, no more hesitation. Because action is the sword that cuts through doubt, the weapon that destroys fear. The fire that fuels your rise is move that fight that become. Suffering that is forced upon you will shatter your spirit, crush your will, and leave you broken in the cold shadows of despair. But suffering you choose, suffering you wield as a weapon will forge you into something unstoppable, something unbreakable. Comfort is a noose disguised as a sanctuary. Every indulgence, every moment spent seeking ease tightens its grip, choking the life and fire from your soul. True freedom is not the absence of struggle, it is the fierce servitude to discipline, to sacrifice, to the relentless pursuit of the self you have yet to become. Pain, when seized and controlled, becomes the harshest teacher, far sharper and more valuable than any fleeting victory. It burns away weakness, exposing the raw steel beneath. The weak are dragged under by the merciless tides of reality, tossed like flotsam in a storm they never prepared for. The strong, they do not surrender. They command those tides, bending the chaos to their will. If you want to rise, you must embrace chosen suffering, the deliberate, painful path that breaks down the old and builds the new. Because unchosen suffering will destroy you, but chosen suffering will forge you into a force the world cannot ignore. Strength is never gifted in moments of peace. It is ripped, clawed, and demanded from the unforgiving jaws of adversity. To be strict with yourself is to seize the throne as the ruler of your own chaos, the master of the storm inside your mind and body. No one will push you harder than you push yourself, and that is the brutal truth you must accept. Because only through your own relentless pressure can greatness be forged. The choice is razor sharp, suffer in submission, crushed beneath the weight of your own excuses. And weakness or suffer in ascension, rising through the pain and struggle to claim power beyond measure. Reality is ruthless and unchanging, but you have the power to transform yourself. Seize your suffering like a weapon. Master its pain and grind it into fuel for your rise. If you want to rise, you must embrace the fight, the endless, exhausting, merciless fight that carves strength out of your broken moments. Because strength is never born in tranquility, it is clawed from the raw, unforgiving edges of adversity. The world doesn't give a damn about your limits. It bows only to those who shatter every expectation, who rise beyond what anyone thought possible. Your fiercest competition isn't some external enemy, it's the relentless, unyielding version of yourself that refuses to settle, that pushes harder when every bone screams to quit. That battle inside you is the only war that matters. Action is your weapon, the sword that slices through the fog of doubt and fear. Sitting still, hesitating, waiting for permission, those are chains. Break them. Choose suffering, not as a punishment, but as a forge that will shape you into something unstoppable. The pain you endure becomes your armor, your strength. Rise or be consumed by the indifferent world. There is no mercy for the weak, no space for those who hesitate. If you're ready to embrace the war within, to wield suffering like a weapon, and to stand unshakable through every storm, then this moment is yours. The war inside is burning, waiting for you to ignite it. Let it burn with ruthless fury, and rise. Asterisk if this resonated with you, if you're ready to stop settling, and start demanding more from yourself, then hit that subscribe button. This is just the beginning. The journey to greatness is long, but it's worth it, and I'll be here every step of the way to guide you. So subscribe now, and let's rise together, asterisk.